In the movie Split, Claire's biggest mistake isn't that she ran. It's that she mistook her first option for escape, like it was her sanctuary. The escape, to me, represents the equivalent to prematurely ending therapy, the moment you have your first breakthrough.
You know what? I'm doing much better.
Don't get me wrong, it's tempting to drink from a poisoned chalice when we're dying from dehydration.
It's got paprika in it.
But treating traumatic memories with such a desperate attempt to quench our thirst, and pretending that we'll never be thirsty again, only perpetuates our suffering.
Can I help you?
In the movie Split, these three girls are confronted with a horrific scenario. Two of them respond with a level of ignorance typical of a victim in most horror films.
Pardon me, sir, I think you have the wrong car.
While the other responds with an unsettling dread, and eyes like a final girl, calculating everything that would happen if she were to survive. This situation is almost impossible to relate to, much less imagine. But this moment laid a hauntingly unstable foundation that would force some sheltered realities to collapse. Our survival instincts are what keep us alive, but the survival skills we learn dictate how we survive.
I'm warning you, it's going to be frustrating the first times. You're going to shoot under it or behind it. You'll learn to stay with it. Females are smarter than the males, but you know that, it's like humans. Females use their nose to stay alive. They make sure they have cover. They always remember they're trying to stay alive.
We can build these skills from teachers.
I took 6 months of Kempo karate class, and you distract the assailant with pain.
And sometimes tragic life experiences.
Casey, come on. Let's pretend we're animals again. Come on.
But like therapy, these skills are lost when we believe we don't need them anymore. We become slaves to our unreliable involuntary reactions, and lose our ability to effectively fend for ourselves.
You gonna do that when you get your mentored hunting license in 3 years?
No, sir.
Make sure you put your gloves on after you finish. Your feet and your hands get cold first out there.
After their abduction,
Do you know what happened to my dad?
the girls found themselves trapped, all going through their own ideas of how to survive. Claire was convinced that there had to be a way out.
You know, the only chance we have is if all three of us go crazy on this guy.
Marcia was just following her best friend.
Claire's smart. Let's listen to her.
And Casey, well, she was quietly calculating the only moves that made sense
One punch from him would knock one of us out.
to ensure their survival, almost like she had been through something similar.
I'll tell your dad you're not being nice.
Casey's strategies might have not been considered conventional,
Pee on yourself. Pee on yourself.
but they were effective. And an unfortunate silver lining to being a survivor. In stressful moments, some of us check out emotionally.
It's good. It's got paprika in it.
Some of us go into a state of introspective hypervigilance.
He's gonna come in here again any second, and we're not letting him take one of us out again.
And too many of us are looking for a quick fix to end the suffering.
You know, the only chance we have is if all three of us go crazy on this guy. We have to hurry.
It's completely understandable to need that quick fix of dopamine to get past those cortisol spikes.
Hey, Casey Bear.
That synthetic dopamine holds us over while we attempt to navigate through our suffering. Unfortunately, it's hard to give up that addiction to dopamine while blindly jumping into precarious rabbit holes, because once we jump in, it's almost impossible to turn back. The hardest part is that once we start building up a tolerance to the dopamine,
The thrill, Casey, is about whether you can Or can't. Outsmart this animal.
You want even bigger hits.
Ow!
Sometimes finding ourselves locked. In a state where we believe we can't be hurt as long as their dopamine is high enough to run from reality.
I thought I lost you.
This is where all of our progress in therapy unravels. This is where we start to question the value of our ability to solve our own struggles.
Casey. Talk to me.
Without synthetic dopamine and curated realities.
You shouldn't trick children.
Claire had the option to continue down that air duct. And even though she didn't know where it was going, it was objectively safer to take that chance at that point. Unfortunately, she chose the first light of escape that she could find, and attempted to improvise afterward. Therapy, self-reflection, and self-improvement can feel claustrophobic, like escaping something terrifying while inside a dark air duct. When we have a breakthrough in therapy, it can feel like everything is fixed and that we don't need therapy anymore.
You think we're extraordinary?
A harsh reality is that therapy is a lot like eating healthy or working out.
It's an animal!
It's a lifestyle choice so that we don't have to focus on restricting our ability to choose.
Are you trying to tell me there's a 24th identity?
In therapy, we are actively putting in the work to reinforce our foundation and investing in our most valuable asset, our mind. Emotional foundations may already be solid and well supported from birth,
Wow, I got more gifts than I thought I did.
or those foundations could be crumbling for those who might have no support at all. Regardless, a solid foundation is what keeps our entire life moving forward.
Can I help you?
Do you know what happened to my dad?
If we just quit improving ourselves because we think we're done, the foundation we spent so much time building could completely collapse.
Thank you for helping us till now.
And we'd be stuck without the safety nets we had to keep us feeling whole.
What'd I do?